actually two people. One person got sued for millions of dollars by lying on Cardi B, and another person got sued for millions of dollars for lying on Jay-Z. So, I mean, unless you want to be one of those people who wants a lawsuit, I wouldn't. Because you can't make false claims. Spending GoFundMe money. But yeah, I get paid on TikTok. I have money. I figured out how to cash out the money that was stuck in my thing. So yeah. And that was not even enough. And I still have money saved because I have to pay my bill. And storage was due. That got paid, thankfully. Someone helped. But yeah, other than that, you know, I still make money on here. Despite, you know, not being able to go live a lot. Yeah. Where am I staying at? Outside. Like, you can't ask these questions because I can't tell you where I'm staying. Like, yeah. Where's the purple room? What purple room? I'm doing okay. Oh, thank you for the roses. I did my own hair. See, that's why I didn't dye this side. I screwed up. Or I don't know if you could see it. But there's like a patch of bleach where I didn't dye it because I couldn't see. I did this hair myself. All of it. Well, I didn't do it myself. I had someone help me bleach the rest of it. Because it took me 2 days because I had to go somewhere to bleach it because they don't allow you to bleach it where I'm at because it's, they don't allow you to bleach it because, yeah, it stains the tiles. So then, good lord, bean curds. Ew. Anyways, because I ate lunch. But, oh, what was I gonna say? They helped me bleach the rest of it. Then I dyed my own hair. So I did my hair myself, so. Yep. It's fried. No, it's looks like this because I straightened it with a what do you call it? A styling tool. What is that? That 2-in-1 Revlon brush thing. It's not fried. It's just because I straightened it, and yeah, I kept straightening the thing, but. Blue is not. I know blue is not my color. It washes me out. That's what the guy said. Anything blue washes me out, which is why I can't do blue hair. But I wasn't gonna do blue hair anyways. I was like, he was like, I will tell people go for it for the fun colors, but you know, yeah, crazy. You know. Yeah, because of my Super Mario shirt. Yes, I did. I did dye my own hair. I dyed it. Thank you for the roses. Thank you. Where's my mom? She's in... I don't know. She was calling me, but I missed her call. Not now, but earlier. And, she's probably on the computer or laying down or something. I don't know. Thank you for the roses. I don't know. I know where she's at, but I mean, like, I don't know what she's doing. If she's laying down, or she's on the computer, or she's watching a movie, because sometimes she watches movies at this time. That's why I don't know, because she could be... I know where she's at, but I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, she's healed pretty goodly. That makes no sense. She's healed pretty good. goodly. What kind of word is that? But she's healed pretty good. She just had like a little wound because the bullet went through her nose and out her ear. It might have damaged her ear even worse, which I don't know. I think the hearing aids are working pretty good that I got, but I'm not too entirely sure if it really damaged her hearing worse. She has, I don't know when she has an appointment for her hearing, but that ear where she was shot, it could have damaged her hearing worse. So that's sad. I mean, he immediately shot her and he shot my brother dead. So yeah, I really don't know what his mindset was, because he wasn't speaking the whole time, which is really weird, because I always assume people make demands and it's like, get out, give me the car. If he would have, he could have easily just said, give me your car, you know, or I don't know. Well, what can you do? You know, he just shot my brother in the head, and he didn't make any demands. He was quiet. He was angry. He looked angry. I really don't remember what he looks like, except he was bald and what he was wearing, because everything was happening so fast. I couldn't process. I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot. He just kept trying to get in, and then he went to my side. Like I said, he smashed my window in. And then glass went everywhere. It was like all over. All I heard was like the shattering of the glass. And then next thing I know, he's trying to rip my mom out of her window, because he went to her side, tried to rip her out. And, you know, then he jumped in through the driver's window because the door was locked, sat on my brother dead, tried to start the car. He couldn't do that. So then I was fighting him, and he was like fighting me like that. And he just, I said, get out, but my mom couldn't hear, took off with the car door open. Because at that point I jumped out, grabbed my phone real quick, and I went around to go, get my mom out of the car. But at that point he had taken off. And yeah, it was like 3 or 4 a.m. It was pitch dark. Well, not pitch black. It was dark. There was nobody. I was screaming, call 911, call 911. But I wasn't thinking, because I had my phone, right? People are going to be like, well, you had your phone, could have dialed 911. But there was so much going on because I was worried. I had already knew he killed my brother, that I was scared that he would kill my mom. So that's why I wasn't processing anything, because I was more concerned about also losing my mother, which when the chaplain came to talk to me, which I know what the chaplain's for, because I had a substitute teacher in high school who was a chaplain. So chaplains, they usually come in and they have to tell you, sorry, your loved one's dead. Which they were like, do you want to talk to a chaplain? And I was like, yeah, because I already knew what he had to tell me. He said, sorry for your loss. I said, are they both dead? Because at that point, 2 people had died. I didn't see the news. I didn't see anything, so I didn't know. I was waiting in the back of a cop car while they still did investigations. I wasn't stuck in the back of the cop car because I could have got in and out. But then I ended up having to be kind of stuck, because once I got out of the cop car, people started asking questions like, what's going on? Like, you know, the bystanders, and they were like, well, this is why we have you sit in the cop car. And I was like, oh, great. Now I'm going to be stuck in the cop car because bystanders are asking questions. Wonderful. Because they were like, this is why we have you sitting here, because now people are asking questions and we don't want people near the crime scene. So I was like, great. So then he came and he said, sorry for your loss. And I said, are they both dead? And he said, I can't tell you. The police are going to have to tell you that. And that's when I was scared because I thought I lost both of them. I didn't know. What do you do? All because I was sleeping at a park. And all because people wanted to be assholes. And sit here and say, well, if you just had a place. You know what? That's the type of shit that pisses me off. Because it's just like gun violence happens every day. Whether you have a place or not. And people getting a hold. I manipulated my family to stay with me. First of all, you don't even know what I manipulated my family. Maybe, here's the thing. I am not staying in a house that is not, he does not, okay, so my uncle, let me say this about my uncle. That is not his house. That is his son's house. Why would I want to stay in a house that he took, that was not, his name was not in the will to get that house? I want you to understand that he is not the person who is supposed to get the house. So why would I want to stay in a house that is not even his in the first place? Crazy, right? And I didn't manipulate my family to stay. We would have been back out on the streets. You don't know how my uncle is. So maybe don't talk about someone you've never met in real life who claimed when my grandma was dying, he was just this huge head honcho drug lord. I don't care about him being a freaking drug lord. My grandma was dying. I didn't need to hear any of that. I'm not going to live with someone who will turn around, because it always happens. Time after time after time would turn around and we would end up on the streets. Do you know how many times I've lived at my grandma's house where he threw us on the streets because he was mad that my mom was taking care of his mother? He wasn't taken care of. Let's be 100% for real, because if he was taking care of his mother, she'd be alive. So maybe don't talk about a family member you don't know about. Yeah, he has the house. But does he have contact with his brothers? Does his brothers talk to him? No. Not even my mom wants to talk to him. So that should tell you something. Not even the other family members, not just his brothers. My grandma's sister wants nothing to do with him. So instead of telling people stuff like that, maybe you should worry about yourself instead of worrying about an uncle who's contacting their family member through social media because they don't have contact with them. Why do you think he's not reaching out to me, but reaching out through me, like trying to talk to me through social media? Because I don't want nothing to do with him. He waited 2 days to ask how his sister's doing, and then he wants to come to the internet and try to tell people he cared about his sister. If he cared about his sister, she wouldn't have been living in a car. Now would she have? Yikes. I'm not going to go stay somewhere where I'm going to be told he makes some excuse and then we're back out in the streets. No, thank you. You must think I'm stupid enough to literally go somewhere where I'm going to be thrown out. I'm not dumb to go there and then end up back on the street. And for him to talk shit about my father, he could talk shit about my father all he wants, but he was never a good father to his kids either. If he was such a good father, his daughter wouldn't be running off with older men while she was in high school. And we're the same age, mind you. And our birthdays are both in June because we both graduated at the same time. And if I didn't have a father, you know, people who don't have fathers tend to run with older men because father issues. If he had such a good life, all of his kids wouldn't have ditched him except for the few that the two or whoever he has that's literally around him. Otherwise, yeah. That's not the first time he's accused other grandchildren of taking jewelry off of grandma when she passed away. He said that about the other grandchildren too. Crazy, right? I have an uncle who claims he cares, but then he's mad because I won't give him updates because the family wants to know. His family that don't care, what do they want? Why do they want updates if they don't care anyways in the first place? Make that make sense. You think I'm supposed to live with a shitty family member and get yelled at every day because you enjoy, like, here's the thing that I don't understand. Some people, they have like, they love seeing people go through things. Like when my dad had manic episodes, they enjoyed that because I got it. And they want me to get it. They want my uncle to treat me like trash. And I don't have to take that from someone. I don't have to take that from anybody. You thought I had a choice to live with my uncle? I didn't have a choice to live with my uncle. Both my mom and my brother were going to go live with my uncle. I didn't choose. I said no, but they still wanted to because they didn't want to live in a car. But mind you, they realized. It was a realization. Why go over there and then have to be asked to leave? I'm like, then it's going to be a problem. My brother worked. He had a job. He didn't need to go live somewhere and have to deal with this asshole and then be told to get out while he has to go to work. And then we're being told get out and he's at work. Where are we going to get out and go to? Can someone make that make sense? At least if we had the car, we could be in the car or we could be at the library or we can have a place where we're at while he's at work and not have to worry about being told get out. And he's at work and he can't help us get our stuff to get out. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You may want to keep those toxic, shitty family members in your life, but I don't. And just like my other uncles, I should have never answered him. I should have just not answered him at all. It was my bad. Now he wants to talk shit about my father. Okay, my father stealing from my grandmother is not the main focal point, and that's what pisses me off. My dad stealing from his mom, which my dad never did, has nothing to do with him waiting 2 days to see how his sister was doing, or to even care. To even hear me have to tell him that my brother died, was murdered. Oh, you care about who's stealing from what because you stole from my grandma. Stole from my grandma. Stole from my grandma. Stole from my grandma's bed. Who literally treated me like trash. So, yeah. Ooh, thank you. It's my fault. Do you think I'm gonna get upset? Because I hope your mom dies and then it's your fault. I would suggest you don't. I hope your mom dies and then it's your fault. I would suggest you don't. That's why things happen to you, because you talk about other people's dead relatives. Maybe you shouldn't. What? You heard what I said. I don't have to repeat it again. I sometimes wish that some of y'all ended up in this situation like me, where your family member is murdered, so you can understand just how people feel and what they go through, because you don't understand. Like, some of you guys sit on the internet, right, and you love to talk trash about somebody, but unless you're actually going through the situation, you don't know how hard it is. Dying is very expensive, and if you don't learn anything from me, if a family member of yours dies, I know it's going to be like so much, it's going to be very expensive. That's the crazy part about it, is like dying is super expensive. This is no joke. They paid partial. Like, people are so stupid that they paid for the funeral. They paid for the service, the cremation, the casket, the cards, and that's it. After that, they don't pay for the burial, the headstone, or the other stuff. It's only up to $6,000, and the part of like the cremation, the casket, the urn, the service, the cards for the service, that was all $6,000. That was up to $6,000. So if it's up to $6,000, you have to understand that money's already gone. So I didn't have any money left over to bury him. Like, you need to start thinking about life insurance, because dying is very expensive. Very, very expensive. No joke. It's like a 12,000 to bury someone. So I'm good. It's like 12, because it's 4,120 for the burial, which we're still waiting for the GoFundMe to process. I don't have that money, but yeah. That is a yikes. No, because I don't have that money. I'm waiting for the GoFundMe to process. And if GoFundMe doesn't process the money, then I'm going to sue them, because the money's sitting there. So it's either they pay me the $7,000 or I sue them for more money. Because it's emotional distress on my part, because my brother is like he's there. Like, you know, his urn is at the funeral home. But we still haven't been able to bury him because the GoFundMe is processing. Like, that's emotional distress on my part, because I don't got money. Look at where I'm at. Look at the place that I'm at. I'm trying to get a place. I don't even have an income, and I'm trying to get an income so we can get a place. This is like crazy, all because people on the internet want to stalk, harass people, and say that they're not doing that. Why are you following someone around and recording them when they go shopping and saying, oh, well, they're spending money? Unless you have receipts, provide the receipts, because you're not the one that's in charge of the GoFundMe, so why do you care? That's what I don't understand, is the people who didn't donate, or the people who are not in charge of the GoFundMe, are trying to lie their bottoms off, and showing a video saying someone is shopping does not mean they're a scammer. Unless you have physical receipt proof, unless you have transactions that shows that I pulled out from GoFundMe, you shouldn't be saying anything. Like, you think that you're going to get no, I can sue for that. It's my money. It literally says it goes to me and for the funeral costs. If you didn't want the rest of the money to go to me, then you shouldn't have donated. Maybe you should learn to read, because some people have a hard time reading. That's why we score so low when it comes to the education system in the United States. That's why our education system is failing, because people fail to learn to read, where it says that we get the rest of the money that is left over and the rest of it goes to the funeral. It didn't say it only goes to funeral costs. I don't know why people have a hard time reading, but maybe you should learn to read. So how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. No, I'm not part of that percentage. I know how to read. I know how to do a lot of things some people don't know. So, yeah. They are mean because they have no life. They want to fight. They're mad because I got the funds fast. That's why. And if they were to have a GoFundMe, people wouldn't have donated as quickly to their GoFundMe as they did for me. And they say that I'm acting like a victim, even though I am a crime victim, Why do you think the crime victims unit worked with me? Because I'm a victim of a crime. And then telling me I'm not a victim. He tried to rip me out of the window. He literally smashed glass all over me. Just because I didn't get shot at like you would like, or he didn't bruise me, or I didn't get severely harmed. Maybe you would have liked me to get brain damage. Huh? That would have really made you happy, because see, when someone's not physically hurt to the point where you deem that someone needs to be physically hurt to be a victim is crazy. So because I didn't physically get hurt, it's either that I set my family up or I'm not a victim because I didn't get shot at. That, oh, I'm making this about myself. What do you mean I'm making this about myself? I was in the car when he tried to jack it. I was sleeping. I was going to sleep to get up so we can go DoorDash. What do you mean I'm making this about myself? I was in the crime when it happened. I was in the accident. I was there when he tried to steal the car. I was there when he shot my brother in the head and murdered him right in front of me, right next to me, and I saw my brother with no eye. What do you deem a victim? Hello? No shit, Sherlock. Like, I was there. That's crazy. To literally say that I'm not a victim, but like, sometimes I wonder about people. I wonder what their mentality is. And I wonder, like, you say people need therapy, you need serious help. If that's where your mentality's at. Because some of you guys say stuff that is, oh, I can't. Your mindset is, your mental is way off. It's concerning. Some people need to seek help. The very same people that said shoot up my brother's car, that told my mom they're gonna rip me out of the window and she watches, that literally manifested this stuff to happen, is so crazy. And then when they manifested it for it to happen and it happened, now that they're mad. You're the ones who were commenting this stuff online. Like, if I was to go back to my mom's station and find that stuff, I would literally give it to the police, because that's literally hardcore proof that the very same thing that you said happened. You wouldn't want the police to show up thinking you're a part of this, because I don't know if this guy was hired from the internet. I don't know who he was hired from, because it's still an active investigation, so I don't know anything. And that's the crazy part. Imagine being involved in something. You could lose your job, you could lose the place you're living, because you think, oh, well, she's just saying stuff, she's just talk. No, this time it's not just talk. I'm gonna really provide this stuff to the police and be like, this is the threats they were making. This is like insane work. I don't know how he's doing. I can't be concerned with that right now.